All right, good afternoon and welcome back to our Princess channel. We hope you had a very restful night, and today is another beautiful morning, the 23rd of January 2025. We are going to be taking some reactions also, and this a submission that is coming from some concerned comrade regarding the state that we are right now. I'm going to be taking it for us, and the response of OSIM. Don't forget that OSIM is one also very important personality within the grand ecosystem, and is doing wonders as we speak. And his words are words of marbles, and we possibly understand that he has one or two things to say, and he has been trying his best to ensure that information dissemination is key within the grand ecosystem. So having said that, we have an individual who is concerned about the shifting of date of the disbursement to sometimes next week, and wants to possibly allay his worries and fears concerning this. So he chatted up the comrade Osim to know his stand concerning this. I'm going to get it across to us in the GV. This is Princess channel, the channel with legitimacy, authentic information, and every other financial matters that could end your stability. Don't touch the dial. I'll be with you just in a moment. All right, welcome back once again, and the concern of the comrade goes thus. Good morning, His Royal Majesty in Grand Ecosystem. How was your night, sir? Please, sorry for disturbing you by this early morning. Please, there is a write-up going viral that disbursement date has been shifted from this week to next week. I don't know if this is true, sir. All right, so that was the message directed to Comrade Osim, and let's get to hear his response. My dear brother, please let everyone try to manage their anxiety and trust in the process. It is reassuring to know that the disbursement delay is due to the complexities of the process and not a lack of progress. Shouldn't allow anxiety to kill us before our time. Disbursement updates. The process is expected to conclude this month according to the latest meeting report. How positive is this assurance? We are confident that God has blessed the grand community, and the outcome would be favorable to all subscribers who genuinely registered with UAAG. The country director's broadcast will spell out or give us insights for the next step to follow. And I'm appreciating everyone's patience. We know the delay is not good in times like this. Don't forget, prayer is key. I'm emphasizing the importance of prayer and faith during this waiting period. What is on ground, God has finally blessed us. Kudos to the Country Director, Apostle Professor Ken Wakama, / the IMF, and God bless the grand community. All right, so that's the message that just dropped to us right now from Osim. We hope to still come your way shortly. Just once we get a particular update right now, we bring it to the open. We might also be taking some reactions from people on the social media space to see how we fare at a time like this. All right, so we have a submission coming from Valentine Obianyem, who submitted an advice to everyone who suspected that they have been either defrauded or delayed beyond it is expected. And this is what it says. So on this grant, my advice is as follows. Let those who suspect or who felt, as it is almost evident, that they have been defrauded escalate the matter. They may organize a small protest and involve the press to report it. The aim is to bring this issue to the attention of the government prompting them to make a categorical statement on whether the grant is legitimate or a scam. How long will you continue to behave passively? And we have some reactions to that. And this is coming from Mal Hassan Danjuma, and he said, well, I support the process. Go ahead. Then Ahmad Dan Tiger says, don't know that all this delay government is aware. But we have Esther, who buttressed the fact that Tiger is right after all. But Betsy Akman says, Akan says, you can start organizing the protest. In other words, when you start, you would definitely have followers that will team up with you in the process. Then we have Emmanuel Madu, who says Nigerians have been arrested against their rights to democracy. It's dumb, more crazy. Okay. Benga said, you should lead the way and we would follow you. All right. I think protest or no protest, the way I see the entire fiasco is such that there's nothing that is too big to pray about. Once it worries you for too long, then commit it to prayers, and definitely it's going to result to a success. Like I often say, beg your pardon, that once something is too big enough to worry about, then it's big enough to pray about. So if you organize a protest, sometimes there are protests that have never gendered a positive result, and it might just even complicate issues. But I think that the main issue right here now, the voice that could calm the storm right now, is the voice of the country director. Once he speaks, we would know where we are, we would know what is happening in the system, and we would know where we are headed. So I believe that instead of silence is not an option here, possibly has adopted silence measures, which is not good enough. It's not even good at all for the grand community ecosystem. He has to speak, he has to come out to address the populace, he has to bring his voice to air so that people can be abreasted with what is going on the inside. A lot of noises are outside, people carrying different kinds of what they felt could be the report right now, but you need to clear the air. You just need to speak. You couldn't adopt silence as a measure to deal with everyone who have invested in the scheme at their time or the other. There are some who never invested. I never invested anything there. I'm just a stakeholder there, by definitely credentials was forwarded, like maybe some other persons, but there were some people who invested largely, like the CEOs, the cluster heads, and some of them like that. That's why they are pained. They're paying because they plunge in their funds. There are some their retirement savings, some of them their gratuity, and the rest of them to just be the cluster heads at different times. But they aren't seeing what they have been promised at now. And you should expect them, we have different levels of tolerances, and you should expect them not to fold their arms. They will fight you with every fiber in their veins just to ensure that something comes out of the struggle. I think that that's exactly what's going on right now. So you can't tame it. You can't tame it. We have the way we react to certain issues and occurrences, and you can't tell anybody or everybody to react the same way. So that's what's going on right now. So I believe that the voice of the country director will douse the tension. Whatever he has to tell people, he just had to speak and say something. And I think Osim is also getting a fair share of the slug out right now, while he's trying to encourage the masses on the expected timeline, but he's not having it funny on the social media space. One thing that is so funny right here is when people are pained, even if you have to come and give the voice of hope, you're going to get a bang in the gut, because they might not just have to trust the process. Possibly it's another way to keep them long in the concrete wilderness and they might just be tempted to speak out. And I think that's what is happening right now. Osim is doing a good job within the social media space, but at the same time, there are those who are not finding it funny yet. In his words, he said, inside sources are joyful information on UAG disbursement. Please prepare your mind not to fall into shock of joy. Nigeria is about to explode with shout of joy with great celebration. But the reaction that was meted with that wasn't funny at all. And this one says that you people are still deceiving yourselves and you're not tired by now with this thing. That's how the stupid Osim will continue talking rubbish till this is over. Nothing like disbursement, not even this month. It will still be running sweet mouth on our disbursement will not take place. Then we have Kayode Gabriel who says, let it explode first, then we know how to manage the shock. We have Ibobo Solomon who says, victory at last. And Albert Wanko said, the nonsense noise is getting more than the so-called disbursement money scammers. And it always says, say that again. Let's see it first. Such news have been there. That's from Matthias Zumse. Okay, so that's the much we could gather right now. We hope to come your way again shortly, and by God's grace, we would definitely oblige you with the latest information. Thank you very much for coming back to our channel, and God bless you. Bye for now.